So this is an attempt to overcome my first set of melee problems. I need a bit of currency. I've spent some, acquired some maps. I didn't buy the maps, I've sustained them, but I acquired some Scarabs in order to run this. So I have some Divination Scarabs, some Reliquary Scarabs, and I have Abyssal Scarabs. That's right there. I have 10 Jungle Valleys. I'm gaining about 8 to 12% XP per map, roughly, with Abyss. So we're going to be running 10 of these. I'm aiming to reach level 96 with this. That should do it. And I'm just going to be cautious. I'm only running the Wildwood at the very end, not the beginning. And then I'll kill the boss before that. Running Eater of Worlds on each one of these. Atlas is as follows. I will link that in the description. I'm probably also going to go ahead and run, if I have one. Yes, I do. I'm going to run some... Syndicate on this as well to generate some crafts, unveils for crafting. So that's the objective. I got one divine. I need 2 to work on crafting, and that's what we're working on today. And then depending on what I get in the end, I'm working on upgrading this. Total cost of investment, maps are free. I sustain them. These are at 3, so that is 30 chaos. These are at 3, 60 chaos. These are at 2, so that is 20 chaos. This is 80 chaos. In addition, I have 1. These are each 1 chaos per map, and I have, let's see, map setup. I have a ton of these right here. So I'll be running one of these on each one, which will take basically per map. We're talking about, let's see here, fragments. Let's go back in here for 1 second. So if I put this map in, which I am okay to run this one. So with the Abysscraft, I'm talking about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's really useful. I do a lot of flask crafting, and that was a very useful sale right there. I now have 3 divine. That's the most divine I've had all league at once. Continuing on. I guess I should get my auras back up here before I go in and die immediately. But okay, let's try this again here. Maps are sustained, so we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 4 for this. So we're talking about 13 chaos a map. So that's 130 chaos altogether for 10 maps. So in order to make profit, I need to net more than 130 chaos in drops. I'm just going to run the first map, and then I will show the highlights from there. And that'll be about it. Here we go. This should take about an hour. Initially, I'm a bit laggy for some reason. It's always been like that. All right. I really don't want either of those, so we're going to avoid. Sometimes I just got to not take the flasks, so. Or not take the altars in order to ensure I stay alive. And I can't deal with the negative elemental resistance right now, and I can't deal with the. I just don't want to mess with the grasping vines. And charge removal, because that's a huge part of my build. I need to get a couple more blast blowers, as I want that my armor flask there to become automated. Okay, and that was looks like around 2.5% from that one abyss, so pick up the jewel. Nice. That right there is the reason I don't play hardcore. I'm always afraid that that's going to happen. See, both of these suck horribly. I can't deal with greater, or I can't additional physical damage reduction, shocked around, so I take more damage and I deal with less damage. And then on top of it, oh man, that's rough. I mean, granted, none of the loot drops is overly insane, but graters are useful. So let's get the next abyss here. That was really close. There we go. Trove. Nothing too spectacular there. Alright, next abyss. Let's go up here and get this altar real fast. Oh, perfect. Oh, and there's 4 abysses. Nice. I tried doing this with Crimson Temple earlier, and I found that there was not enough space to spawn the entire abyss amount of abyssal enemies that should have been occurring, and it was significantly hampering the XP amount. So I figured I would just switch to this. Jungle Valley has plenty of space, and I don't have to worry about boss altars, so... Oi. Well, looks like I now have to run 11 maps at least. That's the stuff that drives me crazy. Like, I mean, what am I supposed to do with that? He spawns. I'm doing a ton of damage. I'm actively paying attention. And... like, what... What does he have? I can't even see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is what normally happens that stops me from progressing with melee, and it's normally why I don't get, it takes a long time for me to get higher than level 95. Every single melee character I've had has been stopped at basically 95. He just does his attack so fast. Like, now that I know he's there, I can take care of it, but he's still doing a crap ton of damage. And he probably dropped absolutely nothing of any value, too. And I took, what, 2 deaths from that? It's immensely annoying. And that was with the flask buff up too. Dang. Where's the altar? I can't even see it. What is this thing? Oh my gosh. That I can take. Okay, this abyss wants to go really, really far. I generally don't run Abyssal Depths as they feel they're a waste of time, so I will go ahead and skip. Nice. I like flask wraps. Nice. Alright, I don't have to do this, but I'm going to go all the way back to the Wildwood. And if I keep dying like this, these maps are going to take a lot longer than I want them to, which kind of sucks, but I guess it is what it is. Everything affects Eldritch minions, so none of the altars will affect me entering the Wildwood in any capacity. I'm going to go in and see if we can find anything of any use. I'm looking for my last ascendancy in here still. I do know what I'm after, and I think I know how to take care of the boss fight at this time. Anything, not really, okay. Not really looking for anything in particular. I know I could follow the wisp. I'm just kind of wandering around. I don't know if there's a trick to find the fortress or not. Seems to be kind of random, so No reason to take that. Just portal out. I have completed the 10 maps. It took me a bit longer than I anticipated to get them done, but that's not an issue. It took about 8 minutes a map, but I think it took me like 5 hours to get that done, which is not at all what that should have been. But unfortunately, that is what it is. Loot. This is my dump tab from this series of 10 maps. It's not bad. And pull PoE stack here. It's showing a total of, and just so you see, it is the same tab here. It's showing a total of 748 chaos. I have to do some math here, so I have the calculator up. And if I take that 748, only one divine actually dropped, not two. The other one was from a trade from a jewel that dropped, which I got 100 chaos for, so I had to pay back 75. So I need to subtract 75 from this. But additionally, a badge of the Brotherhood dropped, so that was 45 more chaos. What the heck? So 748 minus 75 plus 45, and then I had one of the memories drop as well, an Atlas memory, and that sold for 330 chaos. So that was my total. I need to subtract out 130. That was my cost for setting up the map. So that's my total profit off of this series of maps. And the maps took me 8 minutes a piece. 8 times 10 is 80 minutes. And the only reason they took that long is because I ran back to do the Wildwood. So 8 minutes times... So if I take this 918, right? Well, not 918. If I take, yeah, the 918, and I go ahead and divide this by the cost of a divine right now, it comes out to 5.24 divine total value. So 5.24. I'm going to take that, and I know that 80 divided by 60 should be what, 1.3? Yeah. So I'm going to divide that 5.24 divided by 1.33, and you get a total value of 3.93 approximately, basically 4 divine an hour worth of currency from this. Once again, I could have done this a bit faster, but that is what it was. That last scene there was so disappointing. I found that I finally found the King in the Mist stronghold, and I exploded as I was clearing out the minions in the area, which is unfortunate. Additionally, let's pull back up PoE here. Here we are. I'm at 26% XP. I lost 67% XP due to deaths, so I should have had 93% XP. I also bricked 2 abysses on a map and another abyss on another map. It just randomly despawned, so that would have been another 7 to 9% XP. If I add up the missing 67% XP, I showed, I think, 4 of the 6 deaths, maybe 5 of the 6 deaths in the highlights. And I think the first one was 7%, the next 6 were all 10%, so that's 67% loss. 26 plus 67 is what, 93%? So I should be at 93%. Consider the 3 abysses that I bricked. That should have been full level right there from 10 maps. That being said, I'm still sitting at 26%, but I learned a couple valuable lessons and I made some currency to help improve my character. I think that actually, before I begin that right here, there's a couple things sitting here like this right here that's for sale. I have all of this for sale here, a couple out of Divine that I picked up, and I have another jewel at 3 Divine that I picked up as well. The bases were not included. This bow needs to go, actually. I'm not crafting it. I don't even have stuff to craft myself, and it wasn't worth it because they're all T3 mods, so that's gone. But there were several lessons that I feel as though I learned through this about my character and the playstyle required for this one. So as I enter into a abyss, I need to ensure I clear levels around it first, or the areas around it first. If eldritch minions or any dangerous minions are about and they jump in while I have an abyss spawned, I potentially could be occupied by a multitude of highly powerful monsters, and it can result in my death very quickly. That was one mistake. The next thing that I need to pay attention to is when I'm in an abyss, not in the abyss itself, but like fighting the monsters spawning from the abyss or the pits, I need to ensure that I jump on top of yellow monsters with Leap Slam, especially when a bunch of them spawn, because that ensures I'm targeting the monster I need. Speaking of targeting, I need to ensure I'm actually aiming at the monster, the specific monsters, especially the really tanky, rough yellow ones, as they tend to be the ones that need to go down the quickest. And just because my weapon strikes multiple extra targets and does splash damage doesn't mean I don't need to focus on those specifically. I think those will help prevent death, and I just need to keep ensuring I watch which altars I take. That didn't itself result in any deaths. 2, I'm not sure how I died. 2 was just wildwood deaths. The other one was, I think, a random explosion, and 2, which were definitely not shown in here because I wasn't recording at that exact moment, were 2 Innocents touched. It was on a 4 mod monster out of an abyss that was like hasted something aura, maybe like a crit aura, and Innocence touched, and something else as well, evasive I think it was, and it just utterly wrecked me twice. So minus 67% XP. Nice. Once again, would have been leveled had I survived, but that is what it is. But I think those are valuable for character progression, and it looks like tomorrow I will focus on crafting some new gear to get myself a bit more powerful. So thanks for watching.